Y ahora sí empezamos con el show de la comunidad. Luis Jimenez presenta. Ay, ay, ay.
Muy buenas noches.
Felicidades.
Buenas
aplausos,
noches.
aplausos,
Miércoles
aplausos.
30 de diciembre de 2020. Un programa especial esta noche, un poquito cansado después de trabajar mucho el día entero, pero siempre queriendo llevar a la comunidad en este momento un mensaje de felicidad, de esperanza para el año 2021. Lo más importante es salud y felicidad para todos, y recordándoles que debemos siempre usar nuestras máscaras o máscaras. Si tiene la oportunidad, vacunarse es muy importante. Queremos que durante el año nos estén siguiendo cada viernes a las 9 de la noche, llevándole esas informaciones que son tan importantes y haciendo programas especiales como este, hoy día miércoles 30 de diciembre 2021. Ya en este año no vamos a hacer más programas, pero en el 2021 yo espero hacer bastante y llevarle informaciones que son de mucha importancia a todos. No se olvide de mantener la distancia, es algo que durante este tiempo que tenemos de tantas dificultades, el año 2020 ha sido bastante difícil, y yo sé que muchas de las familias, muchos de los que me siguen a mí, hoy día tienen familiares que no pueden estar con ellos, que no le pueden decir, vi el programa de Luis Jiménez y me dijo esto, dijo lo que debíamos hacer y eso. Pero en realidad, seguir hacia adelante, vamos en este tiempo, para el 31, hacer esas compromisos individuales que cada uno debemos hacer de lo que queremos durante el año 2021, algo de mucha cosa, mucha importancia.
Ahí está. ¡Que vive el año!
Sí, que vive el año, pero como hemos estado pasando por circunstancias que son tan difíciles, yo quisiera siempre llevar a la comunidad un mensaje de esperanza, un mensaje para pensar un poquito. Y en varias ocasiones yo siempre he dicho a través del programa un mensaje de San Agustín, en donde él decía que la esperanza tiene dos hijas que son hermosas. Dos hijas muy hermosas. Una se llama el estar enojado, anger, y la otra se llama coraje. Entonces, anger a las cosas que están pasando. Debemos, en el momento que decimos enojado, lo que sea, para las situaciones por las que estamos pasando, porque yo sé que hay muchas personas que no tienen trabajo por la situación del virus y se sienten un poquito angustiados, yo diría, se sienten en una posición de debilidad donde no sabe qué va a pasar mañana, ni mucho menos. Pero lo que tenemos que hacer es utilizar la segunda hija de la esperanza, y la segunda hija es el coraje. ¿Qué es lo que tenemos que hacer? Seguir echando hacia adelante, buscando la vereda por la que podemos pasar para que esta situación podamos lograrla. No hay enfermedad que dure 100 años. Y dice, no hay cuerpo que la resista.
Ni cuerpo que la resista, Jiménez.
Esa es la situación. Mantenerse en el camino, no tirarnos al piso, sino seguir luchando, y que el año 2021 sea mejor. Y siempre hemos dicho, cada año el próximo que viene va a ser mejor que el que pasó, pero en esta ocasión recordemos eso. Tengamos el coraje de seguir hacia adelante, no se me ponga difícil, recuerde siempre, mantenga la distancia, póngase su máscara.
Hoy día hablaba con amigos y decían que a pesar de todas las vicisitudes hay que seguir adelante.
Claro.
Sobre todo yo lo hago por mi hija, tiene 9 años, así que yo sé que he perdido amigos, pero hay que seguir adelante.
Esa es la parte del coraje de seguir hacia adelante. Podemos llegar y una de las cosas también es que cuando la persona se siente en un momento en donde piensa que no hay una salida, hable, dígalo, llame a alguien. Para eso hay amigos, para eso estamos nosotros acá también. Y en esta noche vamos a tener 2 personas muy especiales que van a estar.
Sí,
vamos a tener la abogada Sally Atia, que está viniendo siempre con nosotros.
¿Dónde está Sally?
Y va a estar con nosotros, está en este momento. Y George Honora. George Honora es un amigo de muchos años. Y vamos a estar hablando.
Luis, también está el honorable juez Néstor Díaz.
Siempre con nosotros.
Que quiere enviar un saludo. Sí. A ver, lo ponemos porque creo que
claro que sí.
Quiero decir que esta noche hay muchos invitados y cada invitado va a dar su opinión acerca de estos días de Navidad, Año Nuevo.
Y Año Nuevo
Abogado Néstor Díaz, para mejores días.
Un orgullo, siempre debo decir. Ok.
Espérese, a ver, yo lo pongo mientras que está arreglando. Ahí estamos en vivo.
Ok, porque está en mi celular.
Ok, a ver un ratito. Él está trabajando un ratito.
Sí, está en el celular ahora, por eso. Ahí
ya tenemos también a
George.
La doctora Sally.
Okay.
Ese está bien acompañado esta noche.
Seguro que sí.
Happy New Year.
Feliz Año Nuevo. Happy New Year. Aquí estoy observando aquí en la Corte Criminal, viendo y estoy al lado del honorable Kirchner, que es un juez de la Corte Criminal, feliz Año Nuevo. Feliz Año Nuevo. Entonces, estoy aquí con el juez, me quiere observando, y él es un buen amigo de la comunidad hispana. Debe presentarlo aquí. Buenas noches.
Buenas noches, adelante con su...
¿Cómo está?
Muy bien, mejor ahora, mucho más.
That's all I know.
Dile que se te escucha bien, ¿te escucha bien? ¿Te escucha bien?
Okay, we can hear you perfectly. You can send a message to the people who follow Luis Jimenez Presenta.
So first of all, if I got this right from Mr. Feliz Año Nuevo. Año Nuevo. Okay.
Thank you.
So I got one message to tell you. You should be all extraordinarily proud of Judge Diaz.
Oh, definitely.
He is, first of all, aside from becoming a really good friend, I've been in Queens for a couple of years now. I love him. He's a wonderful human being. He's an outstanding lawyer, and he's going to be a phenomenal judge. And I'm so proud that he is going to be a colleague of mine. What I couldn't believe, I told Esty this, I couldn't believe that he's the first male-elected Dominican. But I got to tell you something. If anyone that comes behind him is as good as he is, you guys are going to be in great shape. Thank you. And I didn't even pay any money.
It's been 20 years.
Not right
20
now,
years in this show, okay?
Okay, la felicito a todos. Feliz Año Nuevo. Debo decirte algo. Estamos entrando en el año 2021 y todavía estamos en un crisis de pandemia y otras cosas. Pero en este año empezamos más preparados que el año que se va a terminar. Ya tenemos experiencia de la coronavirus, tenemos las máscaras, porque primero casi no se puede conseguir máscaras de cosas para intersección. Entonces entramos más preparados. Y hay una vacuna. Entonces hay esperanza que, si Dios quiere, todo se va a resolver en el año que viene.
Claro.
Entonces,
que sí, claro que sí.
El año va a entrar mejor que el año que está terminando.
El año antepasado, exactamente, el año pasado, es cierto. con las vacunas que hay y la preparación de cada uno de la gente, era lo que le decía a todos, debemos, si al que le llegó la oportunidad, que reciba la vacuna y durante el tiempo que sea, aunque se haya vacunado, que mantenga el face, la máscara para la cara también.
Y se siguen todos los protocolos.
Claro.
Pónganse la máscara.
Sí.
Límpiese las manos regularmente. Mantengan la distancia
Claro.
de 6 pies.
Claro,
Cuídense.
la cooperación de cada uno de nosotros va a ayudar más a que los científicos y los médicos puedan parar la situación que está pasando. Ok, Néstor, honorable juez, y a su amigo, dígale que tenemos acá, tenemos aquí para que venga también él.
I'll say, it says, you're invited to the show whenever you want to say a few things to the community.
Definitely, Judge.
Muchas gracias.
Muchas gracias.
Thank you. Gracias a usted. Thank you.
Okay, good night.
Okay, good night.
Feliz año nuevo otra vez.
Feliz año nuevo, everybody. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Okay, Sally, ven.
Un aplauso para Néstor, el juez.
Okay, thank you. Entonces, damas y caballeros que nos siguen en el programa, en el show de Luis Jimenez por Julio en América, aquí en Facebook. Con nosotros está la abogada Sally, que se quedó un rato callada porque Néstor, el abogado,
aplausos para Sally
y su amigo estuvieron con nosotros aquí, de mucha importancia la intervención así. Él está en la corte en este momento donde está haciendo sus prácticas o también observando. Es algo me da mucho orgullo que podamos hacer cosas de esa naturaleza para que nuestra comunidad vea que en realidad lo que nosotros queremos llevar son informaciones educativas, informaciones que ayudan a la comunidad. Sally está conmigo, ¿verdad?
Sí.
Bueno, entonces vamos a pasar al segmento tuyo, en donde vamos a hablar esta noche de lo que es intoxicación, DWI o DUI, y me gustaría que haga la presentación de entrar al show y luego empezamos con el tema original, ¿ok?
Gracias, Luis. Bueno, para empezar quiero decir feliz año nuevo. Y yo sé que seguro que todo que ver este programa no van a salir mañana porque ellos van a siga de los leyes que quedar en sus casas y no fui a fiestas y los barras son cerradas anyway, right?
Claro.
Pero si te salgas mañana o cualquier día y tomas, por favor no manejas. Porque hay consecuencias legales extremas. Entonces, primero, recuerda que nosotros queremos hablar sobre qué afecta el nivel de intoxicación en la gente. La cantidad de alcohol, si comiste antes de tomar, es cuánto tiempo dura beber, cuánto peso tienes y si eres hombre o mujer.
Entonces Julio no tiene problema porque tiene un poquito de peso, ¿verdad?
Bueno, ellos dicen, si toma un trago cada hora, más o menos estar bien. Un trago significa 12 onzas de cerveza o 11.5 de licor fuerte, como marihuana, o 5 onzas de vino. Pero si tomas y el contenido de alcohol en su sangre sube de su 0.08%, tienes problemas si manejas. Entonces, si estás manejando con este nivel de alcohol en tu sistema, pueden arrestar y tienes casos criminales y hay consecuencias extremas. Con su primer arresto de DWI puede salir con 500 hasta $1,000 en multas, recargas del corte, un ignition interlock es cuando ellos ponen algo en el inicio, ¿se llama?
Al principio, initial.
No, ignition interlock en el carro.
Ok.
Para cuando empezar el carro necesito soplar en una máquina.
Ok, sí. Eso es el dueño del carro, el chofer, tiene una máquina en el carro y puede tratar de ver el nivel de alcohol que está produciendo él cuando empieza a soplar en esa máquina.
Sí, pero ese es un requisito si tienes un caso en el corte criminal.
Oh, eso,
Y,
ok. Pero no
tú necesitas pagar por eso.
O sea, no tiene que ser antes de que ya haya tenido un arresto por bebida, sino te ponen ese aparato, el equipo, en el carro si ya ha tenido un caso.
Sí, o una condición de terminar su caso.
Ok.
También ellos necesitan hacer una evaluación de sus problemas o si tienes problemas con alcohol o drogas. Y si dicen que sí, necesitas hacer un programa. Puede durar 6 meses, 1 año, hasta 2 años. Y necesitas hacer un programa de un día para escuchar los víctimas de la gente que maneja borrachos.
Claro.
Hay muchas consecuencias.
Claro, las víctimas de las personas que han tenido familiares que han sido estropeados por personas manejando borracho o bajo influencia.
Sí, correcto. Y eso es por su primer arresto.
Es el primer arresto. Si es un segundo arresto, no tiene derecho a eso.
No, las consecuencias son más extremas.
Estricta.
Sí, estricta. Y también perder su derecho de manejar desde el momento de arrestar hasta termina el caso y puedes, después de terminar el caso, por al menos 6 meses.
Ok, Sally, y digamos que yo estoy manejando y me tomé mi trago y el policía me para y de repente yo no quiero que me haga el examen, el test de si estoy embriagado o no. ¿Cuáles serían las consecuencias y qué derecho tiene uno para hacer algo similar?
Bueno, tú absolutamente tienes el derecho de no hacer el examen químico, pero hay consecuencias.
Eso significa cuando uno dice que no lo hace, es como el presidente perdonando tanta gente. Si tú dices que no quieres que te hagan el examen, es porque realmente te ha tomado más de lo que va, ¿verdad? Algo similar. Perdona que te hago esas confusiones para...
Bueno, yo no voy a dar respuesta a esta pregunta. Pero hay consecuencias.
Hay consecuencias.
Separamos de consecuencias criminales y hablamos solamente ahora de consecuencias con el DMV. Si usted decidir que no toma el examen con conocimiento, tienes derecho de una audiencia sobre esto. Pero si un juez determina que tú haces esta voluntario, van a quitar su derecho de manejar en Nueva York por 1 año. Si ganas, si perdí el caso de criminal, no importa.
Está bien, está muy bien, pero Sally, ya Julio me está allá como el conductor de la película o de la orquesta. Los fees que tienen o la multa que le da el juez a las personas que son arrestadas bajo influencia, ¿cuáles son?
Depende de cuál nivel tienes. Puede estar delito menor, puede estar infracción, puede estar felonía, pero al menos es $500 y puede subir hasta $10,000.
¿Y arresto?
¿Perdón?
Arrestarlo, llevarlo a la cárcel.
O seguro.
También.
Si estás manejando con alcohol en su sangre más de 0.08, van a arrestar.
Okay.
Y si tienes licencia de manejar comercial, necesito estar abajo del 0.4 en su alcohol, en su sangre.
Su sangre. Vamos a seguir hablando de esto en varios programas porque yo creo que es un tema que se merece más tiempo, a pesar de que Julio, que es el conductor, me está cortando. Tumbando,
I'm sorry, Mr. McCanner sent me a message. He said we just have 1 hour.
Hay que mirar también las
Woo.
consecuencias de inmigración también, ¿verdad?
Sí, puede estar muchas consecuencias.
Sí.
Ok. Bueno, tú sabes
Happy
que
New Year.
vamos llevando el programa así, por eso que tiene que estar cada programa con nosotros para seguir llevándole la parte legal.
Los teléfonos, Luis.
Quiero recordarles
Los teléfonos.
a la comunidad que nos sigue, la oficina de Sally Atia está en el 12510 de Queens Boulevard, la suite número 7, en Kew Gardens, New York, 11415, frente a la Corte Criminal. Y el teléfono es 718-725-7347.
Oh, that's the other one. Oh, sugar.
Por favor, no me llamen a mí, llámenla a ella. Yo sé que muchos me llaman a mí, pero yo quiero que como tenemos y Julio pone todas las informaciones en la pantalla, llámenla a ella, pónganse de acuerdo con ella. Si no se comunican, me llaman a mí, yo sí, entonces la encuentro. ¿Verdad que sí, Sally? La molesto un poco.
Seguro que sí. Pero recuerda también, déjame un mensaje, yo chequear mis mensajes regular y si hay una emergencia voy a llamarte inmediatamente.
Claro que sí. Vamos a seguir hablando y sobre este tema porque es muy importante. Me gustó muchísimo y yo sé que hay muchas personas que deben seguirlo para que la comunidad entienda las consecuencias, porque a veces hacemos cosas porque no sabemos el resultado final. Sally, muchísimas gracias. Feliz año a ti y a tu familia. Les deseo lo mejor y que sigamos en la próxima semana, el día 8 de enero, ya el primer programa del 2021.
Okay. Buenas noches. Feliz año nuevo.
Happy New Year, Sally.
Un abrazo cuando
Happy
podamos dar un abrazo, ¿verdad que sí?
We continue.
Un abrazo
Thank
bien
you.
fuerte. Gracias.
Continuamos con el show. ¿Y a quién tenemos acá? A ver.
Y después.
Ahí está. Ay, mira quién está ahí.
Hello.
Ay,
Ya,
George,
you have to-
George.
ya, y también tenemos acá a Manny.
George, I'm going to speak a little bit
Manny,
in Spanish.
you have to
and
let-
I
you
will
ha-
do your presentation, okay?
please both you have to lay down
Happy New Year.
lay down the volume, please.
Hello? Who?
Ya, ahora sí.
Ok, después de haber escuchado las informaciones de la abogada Sally y del juez Néstor Díaz, quien nos sorprendió desde la corte en este momento con sus... Él está en entrenamiento en realidad. Quizá no quisiera que yo le dijera eso, que estaba entrenándose, pero bueno, y siguiéndonos a nosotros posiblemente, dado que la persona, el otro juez que está con él, pues quiso también participar un momento. Mucho orgullo del programa que podamos nosotros hacer cosas como la que estamos haciendo. En esta noche, como dije al principio del programa, tenemos George Onora y tenemos a Manny, que ya ustedes saben que Manny es parte del show y siempre viene al programa. George, I'm not sure if I have pronounced your last name, Onora.
Yes, you got it right. Yes.
I got it?
You got it right. Yeah.
Oh, great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Welcome and thank you for accepting the invitation to be with us. It is something very important. You and I, we know each other for quite some times already.
Yes.
I met you being a banker in Chase at that time, and your friend Agustin also that I introduced you to. It is in the community here for many years, and I welcome you and thank you for accepting the invitation to be with us.
Thank you so much.
You are part of Corona, and I would like to hear from you a few, how you can say,
La chueca, yo creía
what
que
you
estaba
see
bien.
during this time,
Así es.
during those years, how
Tú me
Corona
dices,
has been developing.
aquí,
You know, I've been here in Corona since 1980, so I don't know how long you've
me
been here.
puse,
But how you can tell the people who follow Luis Jimenez Presenta and see the changes that has been in the
está
community.
bien ahora.
Wow. Thank you so much for having me. Feliz años.
Feliz Año Nuevo.
Años, yeah. Amigos. So, like I said, it's a pleasure for me to join you today. I've lived in Corona since 1986, Lefrak City to be exact. And Corona has been one of those communities that is one of the multi-ethnic communities in the whole of United States, if not the world. You have all kinds of nationalities, Africa, Spanish, Europe, Asia, and so on. So it's a multi-ethnic community made of immigrants, and of which I'm one of them. You know, I came to the United States in 1981, but I went to school in Iowa, Marshalltown, where I studied mass communication before moving to New York, and consequently attended York College, studied political science, but essentially, when I came to Corona, I fell in love with Corona because the people are very friendly. Is the beacon of immigrants, so I felt very much at home. And also meeting someone like you, Louis, was one of those breath of fresh air that really makes Corona one of those best places that I describe. So Corona has been a very good community where I've felt at home. I have also contributed a little bit. I served on the city council with Honorable Helen Steers. We did that. I've also served on the community board for 2 terms. I was appointed by Honorable Council Member Daniel Drum with the approval of late Queensborough President Helen Marshall. I've also served in other capacities, the Neighborhood Advisory Board, where we did need assessment to find targeted area where the federal government can invest money to solve some of the problems we have. And of course, you know, being a mecca of immigrants, we have so many problems in Corona. We have the issue of housing shortage. We have immigrant, because it's the mecca of immigrants. We have immigrant issues. We have, of course, DACA, deferred action for child arrivals. But I'm glad that something is being done about that now. And then the issue of housing, some of those issues that I think that our leaders in government, representatives should work with us here in the community to see how we can partner to solve those problems. So that's exactly where I come in, because as a community-minded person, I'm very passionate about trying to help to better my community where I live. I believe there is John F. Kennedy that challenged Americans during his inauguration. He says, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country.
For your country. That's one of
yes,
yeah, that is one of the quote that I always remember, that we should know as people, as neighbors, as community, that we have keep in mind, you know, because it's the other way. We want to, in that sense, I believe that is like most of the people think like the elected official and the president, they had to do things for us. No, but we have to contribute too. The contribution of everyone is the which enhance the well-being of the place where you're living. In my sense, I've been here longer than you. I know I'm very old than you are. I have two generations of my family here. Actually, the third one beginning this year, like with 3 grandchildren that are coming too. But the good thing is, like, we have to begin to understand is not only politicians for me and official elected are like employee of the community that they represent. So, you know, I know that one thing, George, the way we know each other and everything, like I had a question before, but I think that you already answered that, and I do that to every politician that come to my show. Why do you decide to run? And that I think that you already defined that very, very well done. Okay. But I have another question that I would like you, because I see that you can do this very quiet and important for the people who follow my show on Facebook and QPTV, of course. Yeah.
Money.
Yeah. Okay. I know Manny is waiting to get in, but
okay, Manny's there. Okay.
Okay. So, what is most important for voters to know, the community who vote, who give a job to the people? What is the most important thing that you think that they should know, which is important for the community? You mentioned a few official elected that you know and everything. What is the most important for the voters to know?
I mean, first of all, for you to serve, it requires humility. You have to be humble. You have to be passionate about serving. And in my own case, at the age of 13 years, I joined the Boy Scouts in Nigeria. And Boy Scouts in Nigeria taught me the value of volunteering in my community, helping the senior citizen, giving back. So you have to be, not only that you have to be humble, you have to care. Because sometimes when we elect people in office, they turn to become superstars and things like that. But as a representative, you have to show humility. You have to show passion, service, and actually do the job, because the voters hired you to do a job, and you have to serve humbly, and you have to be transparent. There has to be transparency in government, because ultimately every election, whether it's 2 years or 4 years, you are accountable to the voters. You go back to the voters and they will assess, how has this person done? Have you really lived up to the billing? The mandate that was given to you, how did you fare? And in that case, if you didn't do well, you vote for someone else. But, so you have to have character, integrity, respect, and serve with humility, and then commit yourself to addressing those small issues, whether it's solving issues that affect small businesses or addressing issues that affect immigrants, like in Corona. It's a county or area of immigrants, and you need to look into that, whether they are from Ecuador or whether they're from Dominican Republic, from Africa, from Guatemala, from Mexico. We have to, try to make sure that their issues are addressed.
Yeah, but that sounds perfectly nice, beautiful, and everything. But let's say that many voters, many people, and I've been in this community for so long, and I've been doing community service for so long, that I can hear people saying, like, let's say, like what happened right now in the Senate, and all the thing that is going on in Washington. I know that, and I tell my follower, people who follow my show, that I believe that the best attention that they have to put is to the local official in our community, but don't forget about the higher one. And at this time, let's say Washington, and let's say the Senate, with Mitch McConnell not approving what the president wants to approve for the people, and people who are suffering. And you and me and Manny, who is there too, we know all the suffering, not only of the family individually, but the business people. What can we say to the voters in situation like it is right now? We that come from different country, we know that our country government do things that is not in the best interest of the whole community.
Right. Yes, I hear. It's a very important question. What is going on in Washington now is sad in a way. What is going on is actually politics. You have a cleavage of a divide between the Democratic Party and the Republican. Some will attribute it to the current occupant of the White House, but to tell you the truth, politics has descended to one of the lowest denominators. For instance, if you from the opinion polls, they will tell you that Congress rates very low on the political scale. Why is that? Because they have not really done what is expected in some instances. I don't know if you remember Tip O'Neill, the former, the late House Speaker.
Definitely, yes.
Yes, he said that all politics is local. All politics is local means that, whether you are serving in Congress or in Senate, you still have to come back to your constituency, the local level, and see what the issues there are. And that's what must be focused on, and not the grandiose or those big issues that don't affect people that put you in office. So I think Mitch is making a big mistake. And then if you know, some of the commentators have alluded to the fact that whatever decision that he takes, that ultimately happens, whether the $2,000 is passed or not passed, will affect what will happen in the two Senate races in Atlanta,
Yeah,
going on in Georgia.
The thing is that the traditional politician is, they think that everything is going to be the same way day by day. But, you know, we're growing into a different years and different situation. I would like to hear from Manny also a little bit. My first question, and also, can that be compared to the local politics also?
The local politics is different in a way, because you're talking about the mayor or the governor or our city council members, what kind of job they are doing. And oftentimes you find out that these local leaders have not really done what the voters expect, the average, most of
what they
expect them to do.
Okay.
Actually, you say something very nice, very good. Politician or elected official in our community has not done what they were elected for. Money.
Manny, hello.
Let hear
Happy
from
New
Manny
Year.
also.
Happy New
Happy
Year,
New Year,
everyone.
man. How are you, sir?
Doing very well, George. And, well, you know the problem of the immigrants firsthand. And you know our community well, and that's wonderful.
Yes.
My basic position on these questions is that we have forgotten that democracy in the United States is based on we people. We want to elect these super politicians who are more like revolutionary leaders because they're always attacking, and they don't listen. We need to elect representatives that listen, that understand that every person in their community has a voice that needs to be listened to. But instead of that, what we have is rules, regulation, and a procedure where the individual voice is not being heard. What happens then is that the voices that we hear are those that have complaints. The minute we have a complaint, we are really in trouble. It's better to listen before the voter has a problem. Many people forget that when a representative agrees to what you say, it takes months, if not years, for the bill to pass, the law to be approved, and the changes to come to our community. And politicians are great at saying, I passed the law. Well, NYCHA shows us that even though there were changes made to the regulations, those changes are still not being put into effect. Social justice is another example. Laws were passed, yet those laws did not reach our community. And right now, yes, it's in the news, so they're paying attention, they're doing certain things. But that doesn't correct the social injustices that exist in housing, transportation, education, how we treat our children, and how we participate. So that's my key takeaway of what we've been talking about. We need to have the voice of each and every one of us be heard. And that's part of the work that I've been doing with my communities here in Jackson Heights, East Elmhurst, Woodside, piece of Corona, Elmhurst. I go and I help people express themselves and make their voices heard.
Okay.
Okay.
Now we right now are in the eve of
Money, you
the
sound
new
like a
year,
politician.
2020 to 2021, you know, we look at what is going on right now. You know, we are through a really pandemic moment. And the president, the one that should be, because he was hired to manage the things of the whole country, and United States a little bit over that the world, and we don't see the president putting attention to the job that he was elected for, or I think that he doesn't believe that he was elected to serve the people. I think that he thought that he was elected to serve himself and his family. But facing all of this, and we see, let's say, senator. Let's put a name on one of the senators, Josh Hawley, who is going on the 6th, because although we've been through holidays and we're trying to pass whatever situation is going, and I'm going to put this to both of you, and I would like to hear from you what you guys think about. Isn't that the democracy is being put into the sewer? I will say that's my opinion, based on this Senator Josh Hawley, who on the 6th is going to object to the vote that the United States, the people of the United States, went and did that civil duty to elect a president. How do you guys see this situation right now at the end of the year, the worst year in the history of the United States, and what we are going through? How do you guys see that this situation is will get to a result?
Well, I think that, I just feel that President Trump, since he started, has lied to us. He insisted that he had a lot of people at his inauguration. They weren't there. They put up fake photographs. He has made more fake news than anybody else. He denied his mistakes. He denied the coronavirus pandemic. This year, he took measures to sabotage the election by sabotaging the post office and getting rid of equipment. And then he promoted a lot of lawsuits to put our democratic elections into doubt. And he was supported by Republican Party leaders, of which we now have one who wants to have Congress not recognize the results of the Electoral College, the very same Electoral College that gave the presidency to President Trump when he lost the popular election. I'm a proud Democratic leader, and I believe that the people have to be listened to. And we can't allow the Republican Party to destroy our democracy, to destroy our belief
But the problem,
in
the
our
problem
elections.
is, the problem is that the common people, those who vote, those who are not active in the politics, when they hear the news and things, they make a different mind. That's why the reason that I'm asking, 2001, yeah, Al Gore, and people, they question, they try, they say why, and things are going the way that they are going. um, Democracy, and what do you guys can tell the people, uh, because the thing is that the local elections are very, very important. I'm not going to say that they're more important than the federal or the president, but the local, they bring the resources to the community, and the community are not seeing anything, and they see the fight that is already in Washington with a president that was that he ran saying that he was going to drain the swamp, and the
The
swamp
swamp.
has become an ocean.
Yes,
Yeah.
and
So,
and
you
it's
know, I
what
think
George
one of,
told us. It's what
No,
George told us. So George
no,
can take.
de arriba,
yeah.
ahí.
Yeah. So,
The one right there. Yeah. I'm sorry.
yeah. So the thing is, the good news is that come January 20th, we're going to have a new president, and that president is Joseph Biden and Kamala Harris. So the dispensation is only a question of few weeks, and let's see what things.
Yeah, but
Obviously,
George,
yeah.
let's say something. The president is calling people who follow him to go to Washington on January 6th. That's what I'm trying to concentrate right now. What
All
is
right.
going to happen in January 6th, when
Okay.
people go and manifest and try to this
Cause disorder.
the reality of the, and even the problem is that the GOP members, and when I mentioned Senator Josh Hawley, he's a person who was a professor on law and even of the Constitution of the United States, and he is the one who is going to object to the electoral colleges.
Electoral college.
Yeah. So,
Yes.
this is something very serious for the country and for the world, because it's a member of the Senate. And I was saying about Mr. Moscow Mitch, also there. Who knows what is going on in this, in the United States, in the world right now, with a president who has not accepted that he lost the election. And what can be the United States beginning, as I would say, that January 6th,
Yeah.
It,
So it's an unfortunate situation. I don't think we've ever had this kind of near crisis. In transition, America has been the bastion of democracy. All over the world look up to America to set examples. So what we are seeing now is out of the ordinary, but I pray that come January 20th, like I said before, a new president will come in. Whatever you see now, I believe, is just side attraction. He's probably trying to see if there's anywhere that
the thing is, George and Manny, is like, okay, you say America has been the example of the world. This last year, that's the last 4 years has not.
No,
Okay?
this last 4 years have been horrible. because we have not had a true democracy. We followed the law, but we have not had a true democracy because our president and many of the Republican leaders did not listen to the people. They listened to their constituents, yes. They listened to the people that supported them, but they did not listen to the rest of the community.
Manny,
They were
Manny, I think
Yes.
that the elected official, beginning on the Senate and the Congress, they don't listen to the people. They listen to the money that they get from the
money.
people.
Okay. They listen to the special interest to give them money. And they distract us, the people, by bringing up one critical issue and then just talking about that nothing.
And that
It's
brings
a
me
politics of hate that we've been developing for years.
And that brings me to the next question for both of you, and you're going to if you answer that question. What will distinguish you, both of you, from the other elected official? Actually, you're not elected official, neither of you. I know, Manny, you are a district leader,
Yeah.
but what will distinguish you from the other candidates and those who are in possession of the seats that you want to unzip them, and what the community can realize that you will be doing better than them?
You have to tell them. Money.
Okay. Speaking
Yeah,
for
yeah,
money,
go
you
ahead,
wanna
go ahead.
since you're elected, you wanna go first, or I want me to?
No, go ahead, George. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for me, I will listen to my constituents. I've always been a humble person. I started in school as the president in a school of about 800 people. I was a Boy Scout. I learned humility. I listen. I have the passion to serve. I don't believe in Hollywood, that when people get elected, they forget about where they come from or why they were elected in the first place, and they start turning themselves into celebrities. That is not going to be me. I hate to compare myself to anyone, but what I see a lot of gap. I see a lot of deficiency in leadership, not addressing the issues that affect the community. And I felt like maybe we need to take a look and see, who else can do better. And for me, I'm very passionate about serving. I have served the community of Corona as a liaison to a city council member. I've dedicated myself serving on the community board. I've gone through the district. I know the district very well. In fact, when Corona was united into the 21st district, I was part of the deliberation that we had at LaGuardia Community College during the time of Honorable Julissa Ferreira. So I'm different. The person here now is different. So I believe in service. I believe you have to show commitment. You have to address the needs that exist in the community and not external issues that don't have anything to do with where you are serving. So that's one of the things that distinguish me from the leader that's here at this time.
Okay, is Manny there, Manny?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay,
and
go ahead.
The idea for me is that I'm different because not only do I believe that we are all one, but I also believe that we have to act before the problem exists. And the only way to do that is by having every one of my constituents have a real voice in my government. And how am I going to do this? Well, if Facebook and Google and Amazon can put together what people want, I should be able to do the same from my office. So I'm already working on technology that uses a cell phone for any of my constituents to get in touch with me, with my office, and see how their ideas are being incorporated into my plans, my work. I can't be the great leader that some people think that is going to show up and just go with a sword and start cutting away a problem. No, that's not the American way. When George Washington was president, he refused to go for a second term because he had said that he was the president. He was not a king. And everybody wanted him to be king. Our presidency has to be at one level. But a city council member is directly with the constituents. Directly. I have to ensure that my communities receive city services and that city services in the whole city are at that same level so that we all live better. During the campaign, I start my listening process. Anybody need changes? Start getting in touch with me. I might not agree with you. I'm an individual too. But I will definitely listen to you and know that you are telling me your truth. You're telling me what hurts you. And I have to listen because your pain is my pain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something that I said to both of you, Queens being diverse as it is quite difficult to get everybody together. You know, I've been trying to do this for over 20 years, and I know how difficult it is. Another thing is that the community change every a few years. It's been changing since I grew up in this community. I see everything that has been going through. You know, in Queens. Well, there's a lot of things. I think that Julio and I, we almost getting to the end of the show. I don't know how much more Julio is committed to give, because you know he's the editor, and when he begin telling me things, I have to be prepared with the time.
Yes,
Okay. So we are. Luis
of
Jimenez
course.
presenta his last. This will be the last.
You know,
show
you
of
know, Luis,
2020.
I am like Donald Trump. This is a fraud.
No, well, you
No
didn't.
way.
Don't get in
No,
trouble. Don't get in trouble.
Don't get in
Don't
we're
get
trouble.
in
in trouble
trouble.
if he's
Okay.
Donald
Thank you,
Trump.
Manny. Thank you,
So
George. Happy New Year.
Hey,
yeah.
Julio.
No, I
Feliciano.
want. I want to
And
ask.
best of luck
No, I want
in
to
your
ask
race.
each of you to send a message to exactly and
The people they writing that the people want to know what district are running.
yeah,
Please,
yeah.
because they're a little confused, or Corona, or Elmhurst, or Jackson Heights.
I'm running in District 25.
Yeah.
That's Jackson Heights, Corona. The Corona is just a little split up of a piece. Elmhurst, a piece of East Elmhurst, and a little piece of Woodside.
Okay, George.
George,
And so I'm looking to run on the 21st district,
21st.
which is East Elmhurst, Corona, and Left Rock City, where I live for over 34 years, and pass a little bit of Jackson Heights.
yep.
Okay.
Great.
It's great. You guys are welcome. I hope that Manny is here all the time. He has his own show. George,
Please, Luis, the phone
you're
numbers.
welcome to be with us every
If
Friday.
if any constitute
Yeah.
they wanna talk to the candidates, there's any telephone or any email or web page, please. Manning
Yes, my
first.
my email better is Manny Woodside, no spaces, manigusai@gmail.com.
manigusai@gmail.com.
Yes,
What about
and if you
George?
want me to call you back, just put your phone number there and tell me what you want to talk about.
What about George? Please.
So for me at this time, I'm working on setting up something official, but I can be reached at grising@yahoo.com.
Okay, George. Thank you for being in the show, Luis Jimenez Presenta. And now I'm going
Gracias.
to give you a quote from St. Augustine, which says, Hope has two beautiful daughters. The one called anger and the other is courage. And this goes for all the followers in the show. Anger at the things the way they are. And courage to see that they do not remain the same. Okay? So we had a job that we have to do. You two want to do a job for the community. You want to come and work for the community. And I want you guys to listen to those two daughters of Hope all the time. Okay? Anger and courage. Because I know along the way, and I did that long time ago, I won't do it again, but I did that some long time ago. There's a ladder obstacle that you have to jump through, go through, jump, or go around. So the show is for you guys. I'm here. I work with the community 100%, 24/7. And I hope that this year will be the best for all of us.
Thank you.
Inclusively for you. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Luis Jimenez presenta.
Okay, for everybody.
Feliz
Gracias. Happy New Year.
Thank you.
Happy New Year.
Thank you.
Happy New Year.